Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Robert with Sherburne Outdoors, and today we are testing a propane cooktop versus a electric, induction cooktop. Over the years, you've seen me out and about, overlanding, camping, and God knows whatever kind of weather, from it being so hot that I'm sitting in a creek trying to cool down to it being snowing outside. But all through that time, I have used the Jetboil gold standard cooktop. Propane backed, and it has always worked. I would say this thing has got at least 150 nights on it over the years. It's worked extremely well and has never had a single problem. I have the accessories, the attachments, the bag, everything. All in all, I did a video on it up here, but it was, $500 investment, and which is crazy. I mean, that's a $500 cooktop, so cook station, everything. But with that said, I get the peace of mind that this will always work. Now, I have recently upgraded my power station to the Elite 200 V2, which gives me 2,073 watt hours, which is a lot. Now, I'm powering a lot of stuff when I'm camping. When I first started, I had a very small power station, just do my cell phones. Now we're doing cell phones, we're doing drone batteries, we're doing camera batteries, we're doing Starlink. We got lighting, we got diesel heaters, we got all kinds of stuff that we're powering. And so now I've got an induction-based cooktop here, which I bought off of Amazon on Prime Day for $62.99. And I think you can buy it regularly for about $70. I'll have a link in the description below. And with that said, you need cookware that actually can sit on top of here that has a metal base on the bottom, which all my stuff was kind of aluminum based, so I had to go out and buy. Anytime you have induction, you need to make sure whatever pot you're doing, you can hook a magnet to the bottom, and if you can, it'll do that. With that said, I would like to start moving to this so that I can kind of retire this. I was watching Casey 250, and he swears by the electric cooktop. So let's see how this works. We're gonna do a simple test. We're gonna boil 4 cups of water here, and then we'll boil 4 cups of water here. I am guessing the Jetboil is going to do it a little bit faster, maybe a lot faster. I'm actually not sure. And then also, how much power is boiling that 4 cups going to take off of our power station? This is a pretty beefy power station. So everybody doesn't have a power station, but if you watch my last video where I did the Blue Eddy DC to DC Charger 1, when I'm driving around, I'm now getting 560 watts coming off my alternator, recharging this battery. So I'm no longer concerned about using all of this up at campsite. 2,000 watt hours is a crazy amount to drop down in a single night. But driving around, I can top this thing back off, whether I'm hooking my ACs or anything else to this. So with that said, why don't we turn around and kick off the test? All right, we'll start with the Jetboil, the gold standard here. We got our propane hooked up. Let's go ahead and turn it on, and we'll just go full blast. And here, kick on, and we'll go and we'll start our timer, and we're off. All right, we've got this to a good boil now, and it's taken about a good 6 minutes to get that all the way boiling pretty good. It's actually not as deep as I would like, but it's going pretty good. So I tell you what, let's turn all this off and get the pan cooled down, and then set it up on our induction cooktop, kick on our battery and our power station, and let's see what happens with the electric induction option. Okay, we are reset. We got a nice cool pan here. We're going to go ahead and turn our power on, and we're going to jack our temperature all the way up to the highest it'll go, and then we'll see what we are at. Now, this is an 1,800 watt cooktop, so it'll probably consume about that. So let's turn it on. Let's turn our heating all the way up. You can hear this thing. It's got a fan. And we can see here we're pulling about 1,795 watts or so coming out of the power station. Oh, and let's start our timer, and so we are off. All right, we're about 4 minutes and 5 seconds into our test, and we are at a full boil, a complete 2 minutes faster than using the Jetboil. That was unexpected. And if we looked here, we've used 7% off of our 100% that we started with on a 2073, so we use less than 200 watt hours for this, which is fine for me because I'll be charging this up when I'm out on the road, so it's not that big a deal. Wow, that was unexpected. Well, I guess when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I actually really thought the Jetboil would do this faster just because it has such precision, and it will put out a tremendous amount of heat with how it handles the propane. And at what I paid for this, again, the whole set with everything off to the side and what I used for my coffee presses, all of that, you know, is I guess it was about $500. Again, I moved to a battery-based system. To be honest, the reason I started with that was because I wanted to use a K-cup coffee versus using a French press. When you're out in the middle of nowhere and cleaning all that up, I just found it was messy. And over the time, I started getting added to that, from Starlink to drone batteries to now an electric cooktop, and so we're on a bigger portable battery. But I will tell you, I am going to move to this Duxtop, and this is going to be my, I think, my go-to for a while, and I'm going to retire the Jetboil just for a little bit, make sure everything goes well. It has some positives and some negatives. It seems to be a little bit bigger, but it's a little thinner, so I'll have to see how that works in my deck system once it's all folded up and put away. The positive is there's no setup. I don't have to undo it. I don't have to hook everything up. I just plug it in and go, and it's got a nice top, you just wipe right off. So those are some positives of that. Hey, if you got any value out of this, please click that like button. Don't forget to hit subscribe and click that bell to be notified when we got new content out. Again, I am Robert with Sherburne Outdoors. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone have a great day.